The US Secretary of State said tonight that Ukraine has taken a positive step in seeking peace with Russia, and the proposals will be put to President Putin in the next few days. Plans for a 30-day ceasefire were thrashed out at lengthy ceasefire talks between the Ukraine and the US and Saudi Arabia. The US says it will immediately lift the pause on vital intelligence sharing with Ukraine and will resume security assistance. Well, our global security editor Rohit Khatri is in Jeddah, where talks ended just a short time ago. Rohit, this is a really, what does seem to be anyway, a really significant step forward. What happens now?
Well, after 9 hours of talks, the senior US officials emerged to say that the Ukrainians had agreed to their proposal for a 30-day ceasefire. And as a consequence, the Americans are now saying that they will immediately lift the pause on intelligence sharing and security assistance to Ukraine. We were brought into a hotel conference room, the venue used for weddings and university graduations. But inside were senior figures from the US and Ukraine, men with the power to shape the course of European security. For a while, they sat in silence, their first face-to-face since the Oval Office bust-up 11 days ago. On one side, the US Secretary of State and National Security Advisor. On the other, senior Ukrainians, including the Defense Minister. We're being moved away now so that the talks can happen in private. But this is the room where today the future of Ukraine may well be decided. This was the backdrop to the talks. The pictures you're looking at weren't taken in Ukraine, but Russia. Moscow's mayor today said this was the largest drone attack in 3 years. Ukraine choosing this moment as it prepared to present plans for a so-called truce of the skies, stopping attacks like this one. Russia's investigative committee said an investigation must now establish the circumstances, the types of drone and explosive devices used. At the talks, hints of optimism by mid-afternoon. Successful, Marco? We're getting there, the National Security Advisor told ITV News. The aerial and naval pause, one of the issues just discussed. And then in the last few minutes, the two senior American representatives emerged to say an agreement had been reached. The Ukrainians had agreed to an American proposal for a ceasefire.
Today we made an offer that the Ukrainians have accepted, which is to enter into a ceasefire and into immediate negotiations to end this conflict in a way that's enduring and sustainable and accounts for their interests, their security, their ability to prosper as a nation.
But this is a deal with only one side in this war.
Yeah, thanks for your patience.
It's now for Russia to agree to the same terms, or perhaps to disagree.
So, Rohit, what does happen now then?
Well, the next step is that President Trump's special envoy will travel to Moscow to talk to Vladimir Putin, to put these proposals to him directly. In the words of the US Secretary of State, the ball is now in Russia's court. And so, although there are some descriptions here of this being a breakthrough, that is not quite yet the case, because that all depends on Moscow's agreement, and there is suspicion in Kyiv that that will ever happen.